Lego Marvel is, well, definitely the theme of all time. Now, unless you've been living under a rock since, like, 2019, you might know that Marvel as a franchise has actually been in a pretty good state. You probably didn't expect me to say that, considering everyone seems to clown on the MCU constantly. And yeah, sure, the movies are, interesting, I guess. Marvel's kind of been cooking with their TV shows, with shows like Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Daredevil Born Again, X-Men 97, and Loki being just absolute cinema, like genuinely peak fiction. Need I mention the #1 game in the world right now, Marvel Rivals, taking everything by storm, literally everything. You cannot escape this game, it is everywhere. And yes, I have succumbed to the addiction. But then in the corner, you have Lego. Oh, little old Lego. Now, Lego has a weird history with Marvel, and as of recently, they have been doing some very, very odd decisions. And to be honest, they just seem allergic to money when it comes to Marvel. Take Spider-Verse, a movie that every single toy company under the sun was frothing at the mouth to get a chance to profit off this insane masterpiece of a movie. And then you have Lego in the corner, like, eating glue and waiting 2 years to make one set based off Spider-Verse. And admittedly, a pretty cool CMF series that is rumored. But, like, come on, 2 years and we got this? What even is that? I love that we got one set based off Spider-Verse and 3 sets based off the Harrison Ford Joe Biden movie. Speaking of the Harrison Ford Joe Biden movie, let's go right ahead and talk about those sets, because they're kind of the antithesis of everything wrong with Lego Marvel at the moment. Other than getting a Anthony Mackie buildable figure, which is absolute cinema, we also got the Captain America vs. Red Hulk battle, which is just the set of all time. Coming with 3 pretty mediocre minifigures and a admittedly pretty cool Red Hulk big fig. The set itself is just kind of weird. It's got this, like, fighter jet that was in the movie, maybe. The actual build is, like, fine, and, if it was, like, 30 bucks, it would have been, like, a very mediocre set that people were only gonna buy for Red Hulk. But no, it's $55 because why not? Lego Marvel seems to have a weird habit of pricing sets at $55 exactly and making them the worst value known to man. For example, the Iron Man's Laboratory Hall of Armor set, the newest of the many Hall of Armor sets to be released, which sits with 3 armor pods, a Igor brick-built guy, which at this point, I think Lego should just stop trying to make Igor. It just doesn't work. Admittedly, some pretty cool figures, but 384 pieces for 55 bucks is definitely the set of all time. Another epidemic that has been plaguing Lego Marvel as of recently are the Diorama sets. Now, at first, I actually didn't really mind these Diorama sets that much. The No Way Home one was a very interesting, cool-looking set that gave us a lot of very sought-after minifigures. And the Age of Ultron one, despite having a absolutely abhorrent price, at least looked pretty good and was pretty interesting to go with it in a very nice display piece in my collection. But the last 2 we've gotten recently are just so head-scratching. Take the Captain America Civil War battle. Probably my least favorite Lego set of all time, maybe, I don't know. It's not very good. You get a basically repackaged Ant-Man figure, a tiny little baby Quinjet, and a airport, which, I mean, it's not the worst build ever for displaying figures, but it is pretty bare. And sitting at $100 US, it's not the greatest price. Especially when you see that the minifigures are almost all reuses, except for that god-awful Winter Soldier minifigure. I mean, sure, there's one good figure in the set. That's pretty cool. But, like, why would you spend $100 on this? It's not really that cool. And if you thought that set was bad, the next set makes the airport battle look like absolute cinema. Because the Avengers Endgame final battle, the third, is a set that everyone has been talking about recently and has broken out of the LEGO circle for being so bad. Other than the figure selection having 2 cool figures and the rest being the same reused figures in every single LEGO Marvel set at this point, I swear to God, if I get another one of these Wanda minifigures, I am going to crash out. The build for the set is just extremely ugly. Oh yay, I really want a brown and gray base plate with 5 of the same poly bags that were like $5 and an Ant-Man mech to retail for $100 US. Yes, no, this is a very good price. I also won't mention the sealed, because everyone's mentioned the sealed. It's so interesting that LEGO Marvel is capable of making sets like this, because I know LEGO Marvel can do really cool and good stuff. Take the Milano from last year, one of the best LEGO sets ever made, to be honest. Or take the Marvel modulars that are a really good price and really well worth the value despite being very expensive. Well, except for the X-Mansion, which, you know, its price isn't, it's not great. So it is very peculiar that LEGO Marvel can make stuff like that and then go and make a set like this. It's very weird. Now that doesn't even talk about LEGO Marvel's biggest issue at the moment, which is most of their sets are just really lame. Like, why are we getting so many superhero cars? Sure, a Hulk monster truck is goofy and silly. And I like to get a little silly sometimes, so you know what, I'll give it a pass. But like, why do we need an Iron Man car with a Black Panther flyer? By the way, yes, that is the exact same Black Panther minifigure that we've gotten like 5 times already, I swear to God. We got a Venom car this year, which you'd think would just be the biggest slam dunk ever for a really creative and interesting Venomized car. I mean, but no, we're just not allowed fun things, I guess. Because it's just a reskin of the Ghost Rider car, but like, with no aura. What is this? Not even bringing up the multitudes of buildable figures. Buildable Weed Goblin, sure. Buildable Anthony Mackie, sure. Buildable Rocket, sure. 100 buildable Groots. Let's just keep spamming out buildable Groots. Okay, let's just keep spamming them out. Eventually, one will sell. Spider-Man car with Gwen Stacy on a skateboard and a Venomized Green Goblin. That's definitely a hodgepodge, but you know I'm gonna buy it. At the end of the day, my takeaway from all of this is that LEGO Marvel should just kinda step up their game. Like, okay, I get that the prices are bad. I'm assuming Disney is asking for all of LEGO's life savings for these sets, so, I mean, I guess, sure, price them this bad, whatever. But, like, why are we not getting sets based off Daredevil? Why are we not getting sets based off your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? And why in God's name are we not getting sets based off Marvel Rivals? Like, seriously, Marvel Rivals, again, is the #1 game in the world right now. This game retained like 90% of its player base a month after launch, which is just unheard of, it's straight up. At first, I thought LEGO wouldn't make sets based off Rivals because of its, well, exotic community, I'll say that. But then I realized it made an entire line based off Overwatch, and we're gonna make a set based off Overwatch 2 before that got cancelled. And Overwatch's fandom is just as depraved. So, like, why no Rivals? The game had such a big hype up before launch, and it launched to absolute success, so why isn't LEGO capitalizing on it? Even indirectly, I mean, there's so many characters from Rivals that would be so interesting to see in LEGO form. Like Luna Snow, Magic, Jeff the Land Shark, my girl Squirrel Girl, okay? Like, dude, make a set based off the Squirrel Copter. That's like, that is the most LEGO vehicle ever. That sounds like a LEGO original. The Squirrel Copter? Really? Like, that would be such a slam dunk set. Why aren't you making that? I can only assume Lego's just allergic to location-based sets, so they would never, ever do that. But then we get sets like the Endgame Final Battle for the 5th time, and it really makes me question that. Like, why? Why aren't we? Why? Just why? If you want to make a $15 mech, make a Penny Parker mech. Do the Rivals design. It would just be amazing. Really bring back some of those Exo Force vibes. It would be peak. But no, we're just gonna sit on that, and we're not gonna do anything with it. We're just gonna wait, like, however many years, like 10 years, to make the Fantastic Four in Lego, and based off the new movie, which, I mean, the new movie looks pretty good, but, like, we could have also gotten the Rivals designs, or the comic designs as well. Those would be some slam dunk sets that people would buy. I'd argue the Fantastic Four haven't been this popular in actually decades, so, can we, like, get on that, please? Do we need the 5th Iron Man Hall of Armor, or could that slot have been taken up by something more interesting? Like, this is what I mean. It's not that hard to just take what LEGO Marvel has now, change it slightly, or replace some of the just weird picks with actually cool stuff, and just get cinema. Like, why are the only comic sets we're getting these weird cars? Why can't we get something interesting? And if you are gonna make a car or a vehicle, do, again, the Squirrel Copter or the Fantastic Car. Why this? I don't know, man. LEGO Marvel seems to be in a weird spot lately, and I really do hope they can get out of it. Because, listen, LEGO Marvel has some crazy potential that they're not tapping into. It would be a real shame if they missed out on all of the greatness that Marvel has been putting out lately. It would be amazing. But I guess we're gonna have to wait a year to see how LEGO Marvel is doing in 2026. At least it's not as bad as LEGO DC, though. I can say that for sure.